Garth, it's great to see you again. What kind of brings you in today?
Well, last time I came in here, we talked about my nut allergies and what I could do to possibly prevent future reactions and kind of past reactions and
Yeah.
what caused them and all that kind of good stuff. So just here to reiterate with you. And
Okay. Yeah. So can you tell me a little bit about what happened last time you had an allergic reaction?
last time I just had a sandwich from my mom's work.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, didn't know it had pesto on it. Even if I did know, I wouldn't have known that it had pine nuts in it. Pesto has pine nuts in it,
Mm-hmm.
and I guess I'm very allergic to pine nuts, and so I ate the whole sandwich, not really realizing. And by the time the sandwich was done, so about a half hour, my throat was all clogged up. I
Uh-huh.
looked like a blowfish. I was all puffed up, and so I went to the hospital, and they dropped some epinephrine in me,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
kind of cleared me up a little bit.
Okay. And is that the worst reaction that you've ever had? Or
Um, for adulthood, yeah.
uh-huh.
When I was a kid, I was probably 12. We were in Montana.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we were over at my grandma's house, and she made some cookies. And my mom kept asking her, "Do these have nuts in it? Do these have nuts in it?" And she was like 90, so a little senile, and didn't remember she did the nuts. So I ate like 4 or 5 of them,
Uh-huh.
and yeah, about like 10 minutes later, same thing,
Mm-hmm.
puffed up, hard time breathing, but I was a kid, so my reaction was a lot worse than it is when an adult.
Yeah.
I didn't really know how to control it,
Okay.
so I was kind of freaking out more, which was upping my heart rate, which made it harder to breathe.
Yeah.
So, but I kind of learned to control that as an adult,
Okay.
knowing what's going on and controlling my
And kind of
breathing.
relaxing a little bit and
Yeah.
kind of trying to take control of the situation as much as you can. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
that must have been pretty scary. I bet you felt like pretty out of control because
As a
you
kid,
weren't being
yeah.
able to handle what was happening. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
glad you've kind of figured out how to kind of control it a little bit more as an adult. I mean, as much as you can control an allergic reaction.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it seems like your allergic reactions. I mean, they're pretty severe. When was the last time that you got allergy tested?
When I was a kid, I really don't even remember.
Yeah. So I mean, it's been a while.
Yeah, I was young.
Yeah. And so when you first got diagnosed, what exactly did they say you were allergic to?
Basically all tree nuts.
All tree nuts.
Like kind of what we talked about last
Mhm.
time. I've been cleared for peanuts. I eat peanut butter all the time.
Okay.
Um, honey roasted peanuts. I'm all good with that kind of stuff.
Okay.
But yeah, tree nuts, almonds,
Mhm.
pine nuts,
Okay.
cashews. Basically all other nuts, but
Okay.
peanuts.
Gotcha. So do you think maybe would you consider getting tested again, maybe to see if some nuts you might be able to have a little bit of, or kind of know it? Maybe I guess not necessarily have a little bit of, but kind of know the exact specific nuts that you're allergic to. Do you think that would be something that you would want to learn about?
Yeah. I mean, it wouldn't be a bad thing for
Yeah.
sure. I guess I've kind of lived with it for so long that
Mhm.
I've kind of taught myself what has what to steer away from,
Yeah.
kind of all that good stuff. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to learning.
Yeah. Do you have any? Are there any challenges you think that are kind of preventing you from getting allergy tested?
No, mainly time.
Time.
Yeah, and
Okay.
patience. It's whether or not I want to spend my time doing that.
Right, when you can be working and having fun and
Yeah.
doing everything else.
Yeah.
Have you seen a doctor recently? Are you going to a doctor soon or?
Yeah, I'm going to be going to a doctor in about a month for another reason. But,
Okay.
Yeah, I'll just be seeing one soon.
Okay, and do you think maybe you could set up an appointment with like an allergy specialist kind of within that same time period? I mean, if you're already like taking time off work, I'm assuming to go to that doctor's appointment. Do you think that could be a possibility for you to do?
Yeah, I wouldn't see why not.
Yeah. And you think, I mean, so your only concern is kind of time, like.
Yeah, I mean, once you actually get the appointment scheduled and
Mhm.
all that kind of stuff, it really doesn't take that much time because
Yeah.
now it's just a little skin test. They
Yeah.
just basically scratch your skin cells
Uh-huh.
and they test your skin cells. So, I mean, it's not like they draw your blood or
Mhm.
anything anymore. It's
So
pretty simple.
it's not super invasive, so it wouldn't be necessarily even painful for you to do. Okay, so you're having that appointment next month. Do you think maybe you could call a doctor to set up that appointment?
Yeah.
What do you think would be like a realistic time frame for you to call that doctor and set up an appointment?
Probably within the month.
Within the month?
Yeah.
Okay. So setting that up and then kind of calling them and setting up that appointment within the month, you think is a reasonable thing for you to do?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's a good goal to have. I think that's definitely something that is attainable for you, and it's also going to be really beneficial because then you can kind of see more about exactly what you're allergic to. Instead of just kind of maybe a general term, it might be a lot easier for you. And then I know earlier you were talking about wanting to know a little bit more like nutrition education on nuts. You said you didn't even know like pesto had pine nuts, so kind of looking into that. Is that something that you're still wanting to do?
Yeah, just to know what generic stuff has hidden agendas in it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I know a lot of candies and power bars are
Yeah.
very. You have to watch the labels on those very closely.
Yeah, those are definitely something to look for. What do you think about possibly as far as getting tested for the nutrition education? What exactly challenges do you see as far as like researching the allergens?
I mean, nowadays there's so many different avenues to research. Obviously, the internet's a big one.
Yes,
going
definitely.
to a doctor and talking to a physician that specifies in that would obviously be a good avenue. But there's really not a whole lot of obstacles when it comes to that. It's just whether or not I want to take the time into doing it.
Yeah, so time, I mean, it seems like time could possibly be an obstacle.
Yeah.
And then also, do you feel like there might be, it's kind of might be overwhelming the amount of information because of just, I mean, how much is out there?
Yeah. There's definitely. I mean, everyone wants to put their 2 cents into
Yeah,
it.
definitely.
So yeah, there's a lot of different research and stuff out there for it. But at the same time, it's a very specific like I don't
Avenue
know.
almost that
Yeah,
you're kind of
it's
looking at.
yeah, it's just looking into a specific thing. It's not a
Yeah.
broad
Yeah.
spectrum. It's just tree nuts and
Yeah.
what are the main things that they are used in.
Yeah, definitely. So do you think, is there like one that you'd like to focus on? I know you talked about pesto. Did you kind of like the taste of pesto? I mean, before the allergic reaction?
I couldn't really taste it.
Couldn't really taste it?
Yeah.
Is that something maybe you'd want to try, like a nut-free version of it, like kind of cooking it yourself, or?
You know, if it took me 23 years to finally taste it, I don't think I've been missing it. So,
Okay.
yeah.
So that's okay. So that's definitely okay. So just maybe not necessarily doing the recipe research, but maybe it sounds like you more want to just learn about what foods have in it, just so you can avoid it.
Yeah.
Is that kind of what I'm getting from that?
Yeah.
Okay. So a nutrition education. So how much time do you think you want to devote to that? And then over the next several months, like maybe a couple hours or 20 minutes. I mean, kind of whatever. What do you think would be realistic for you to kind of look up that stuff?
I mean, if I sat down and specifically made that a goal to do, I mean, I don't think it would take me more than a couple hours to get the information I needed.
Yeah.
But I've been kind of picking this up as I've been going through life.
Yeah.
What has what, and I mean, I know that's not the best way to do it, but I mean, really, the only reason why that last reaction happened is because, one, I didn't know it had pesto in it. Two, I didn't know pesto had it.
Yeah.
But I didn't make the sandwich. It was my mom's hospital made the sandwich.
Okay.
She just brought it home.
Okay.
So it was just kind of one of those accidents.
Yeah. So it seems like, I mean, you seem like you're pretty knowledgeable already, kind of about what you're putting into your body and kind of what you prepare at home. What about like when you go out to restaurants? How do you feel about allergens when you go to restaurants?
I'm pretty good about restaurants.
Okay.
I try to look at the menu, make sure I know what I'm getting, but at the same time, I'm a very, very simple guy when it comes to that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
I
like
don't like exotic foods.
okay. So what are kind of some of maybe your favorite restaurants that you are kind of like a go-to restaurant
I
for
don't
you?
know, like Texas Roadhouse, Outback.
Okay.
Just meat and potatoes.
Okay. So
you know.
definitely kind of like some steakhouse options and
Yeah.
um I think as far as preparation goes for them, do you feel like they don't really use a lot of tree nuts in their preparation? You feel like it's a pretty simple recipe?
Yeah, for places like that, it's
Okay.
more desserts you gotta watch more than
Desserts.
the main course. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So what are some things that you kind of look for when you're looking at desserts?
Um, it's just desserts are kind of tricky because you can throw nuts on almost any
Mhm.
dessert anymore. I mean, you can put
Yeah.
on ice cream, cookies,
Yeah.
cake. So it's really just about me paying attention to what I'm looking at on the menu.
Yeah, definitely. And then so it seems like you're kind of a simple guy. So do you like to branch out when you eat different foods or
Yeah, yeah, I
yeah.
do.
So you
But
like to try new things?
yeah, I try new things a lot. But
Yeah.
again, I'm also very aware of what I'm.
Okay.
And when I get my meal, I double glance and
Mhm.
kind of look over what's on there, and if something looks weird, I ask the waiter or
Okay.
waitress, "Hey, what's that?"
Have you ever had any problems with like cross contamination at different food places or
Uh,
anything that's kind of caused an allergic reaction that or some sort of like maybe not even necessarily an allergic reaction, but maybe just kind of an itchy throat or anything? Any restaurants like that that you've been to?
um, not necessarily. I mean, I've had incidences
Uh-huh.
at them, but no, I couldn't pinpoint it and say
Okay.
it was cross contamination.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, I mean, I've had instances at restaurants to where my throat kind of started itching, but
Okay.
a lot of the times, if it would be cross
Mhm.
contamination, I can just take Benadryl and drink something with carbonation, and then
Okay, and
that'll
that kind
kind
of
of yeah,
helps with the symptoms.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because I know some restaurants, especially if they like cook in front of you or they're not aware of the dishes, um, like they might make like a cashew chicken in a pot and then use the same pan before really cleaning it out to use something else. So I definitely think one thing really that you seem to be really good at looking at is seeing if the recipe that you want has the potential for cross contamination. So definitely looking at that. Is there any goals that you want to set as far as trying new foods at restaurants or
Um, no, not necessarily.
okay, but okay. So it looks like our time is actually running coming to a close. So I just kind of like to wrap up some of the goals that we made today, and hopefully then we can send you on your way. So we talked a little about your allergy testing, setting that up within the month. Do you think that's still something reasonable that you could handle?
Yeah.
Okay, and then what about like going to Googling, researching kind of the hidden nut sources? Is that something you think you can also do within the month? Just, set aside a couple hours at night or something to look up some of those things?
It's something I can do,
Okay.
but it's whether or not I do it. But yes,
Okay.
it's definitely
So that's
something you
probably
can.
not necessarily a top priority, but maybe our top priority goal could be the allergy testing. Does that sound
Yeah,
like realistic?
that would be more of a realistic goal.
Okay, perfect. Well, thank you so much again for meeting with me. And next time we meet, we'll kind of take that allergy goal and some of the nutrition education stuff and kind of talk about how we can make that a reality. So thanks again for meeting with me, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.
Thanks.